Ladies and gentlemen, we are live!
Who the fuck is that guy?
My balls are hot.
You know why I'm starting like that?
Why?
Cinco de Mayo. Yesterday.
Okay.
For us in Australia, it was yesterday.
Okay, quick thing. Cinco de Mayo is independence. Do you know? Do you know this answer? Am I dropping this on you? I don't know.
You're dropping this on me.
I think it's independence. The Independence Day for Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the one where they put all the skeleton face on?
Oh,
Day of the Dead.
Yeah, Day of the Dead. Day of the
It's
Dead.
got a good El Muerta.
Yeah. El Muerta.
Yeah.
Imagine they
UFC
say
for sure.
Cinco de Mayo.
Oh.
Cinco de Mayo.
There's the guys like that who steal your girl.
Yeah.
Go to Mexico once.
Hola, señorita. My name is Orlando.
Don't be going to Mexico.
Orlando. Want to join me for Cinco de Mayo? We have some Coronas, Holmes. He just turned
Hey,
in.
whoa, racist.
How is that racist? How?
Hey, bro, go back to episode 1.
But just quietly, that's 22 episodes in a row. Racism in every single one.
Yep, there you go.
Anyway,
Hey,
welcome.
do you want ads, bro, running on this?
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 hymns.
Nah.
Dick pills.
No. We don't. No, we have no. Hey, but if anyone wants to sponsor, hit us up, Instagram us, or
Yeah.
Facebook us. Either way, we're happy.
I'll-
We're
I'll-
open for anything at the
I'll
moment.
take a dick pill for a sponsorship.
Hey, man, look, monetizing stuff in this day and age helps us grow this podcast.
No
right?
morals. Hashtag no morals.
Hashtag no morals. Why? Well, I don't know
Well,
why.
take-
I
take-
said hashtag no morals, not understanding what context you were talking about.
Just because we'll take anything.
Yeah, we will. We'll take anything.
You Nazi?
Nah, we'll take anything but that.
Oh, okay.
But that.
But that.
I don't endorse that at all. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Hello. Episode 22 of Across the Cage. You know what? I was this weekend, besides Cinco de Mayo, Canelo versus Jacobs, and the Bellator and UFC event,
Hey, I'm doing well, by the way.
it just seems, you know what, after last week, you didn't ask me, I'm not going to ask you again.
Oh, so
Until you
bad.
ask me and get a correct answer.
Yeah.
Or not correct answer, a proper answer from
Do you want to say it next time?
You know what? I'm not going to, it shouldn't be up to me to tell
Hey,
you.
hey.
It shouldn't be up to me. It shouldn't be up to me to
Hey,
and,
hey,
and,
what?
and you know
Hey,
what? And you know
listen.
what? I don't care if you don't care.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Be quiet for a second. It's my place. It's where I sleep.
All right.
I don't care, bro.
Yeah, I don't care. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Not a lot happened, especially even news wise this week. Not a lot happened.
It's actually been quiet for about 3-4 weeks now.
Yeah.
Since TJ basically used up all the news credits on the picograms.
Taking the limelight off John Jones.
He made us use up our 10 free articles we get from
Yeah.
the New York Times. You can
Yeah.
click. Yeah, man, it's been real quiet, and that's it's a bit disappointing. But at the same time, you don't want controversy. No one wants to wake up to another cunt getting popped.
No, not at all. You don't want anything like that.
It's a double-edged sword because you know what? Let's be honest. It gives us shit to talk about when people do get popped.
Oh, definitely.
But you don't want it in.
But at the same time, we don't want to necessarily be a news outlet. We don't want to break news.
No, we're not breaking news. We're not Brett Okamoto.
No. We're not. I mean, do we tell you guys what Brett Okamoto says? Yes. We do. Now, did I just butcher his last name? I sure as fuck did. Okamoto is his last name. Yeah. Anyway, what's going on? How are you? You know what? I just said it. I caved in. You know what?
Sorry.
Good purse.
You're a good person.
I'm a good person.
Hey, go through all the last 21 episodes.
No.
21 episodes.
No.
And check for racism.
There's none. There's zero.
None? Okay.
Just answer the question, bro. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Hey, every week, just going up.
That's good.
What's that? Has a song? Moving
No.
on.
Moving on.
That's it. That's all I got.
Time to break free. Nothing can stop me. Mark's just moving his head.
Just got the whole episode copyright.
No.
Whole episode copyright.
No.
And some guy actually got done on YouTube. He sang a song.
Yeah.
And got copyright.
Really?
Strike, yep.
Well, I didn't even say the words correctly, so what song are you talking about?
Hey, man. They'll get you.
Nah, they'll find a way. We do have a relatively interesting episode for you today. Obviously, we'll jump over all the fights that had happened over the weekend. There is a couple of news articles that did come out this week from a slow news week. But we do also have the the resident Yank with the bank, Mr. Jon Orlando, that's joining us live.
From Las Vegas.
Live from Las Vegas. It's currently 12 a.m. there, so we do appreciate him losing some sleep for the benefit of the podcast.
You live in Vegas.
Yeah, true.
What
sleep? What's sleeping are you talking about? Yeah, it's very true. Very true. But I do know he's up at the moment watching American Idol. So if you do... but if you want to watch that episode of American Idol live, just tune into his Instagram.
His Instagram story, yeah.
Because has the whole episode.
How he's not getting copy strike?
The copy strike. That's a new one. That's worse than copyright.
Copyright strike.
There's a copyright strike.
Yeah. How does he not get that for putting up a whole episode of a TV show?
I know. But see, here, American Idol, or Australian Idol here, streamed free-to-air TV. So do you reckon free-to-air TV will have issues with copyright? Well, I guess they would,
they would. It's still their content.
Yeah, it is. How about that? Did you hear that story? Someone was pretending to play UFC 3 on Twitch.
But it was the real fight.
But it was the real fight. Hey, smartest idea ever.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
That's so smart. Anyway, what do you want to start with, my friend? Where do you want to start?
Well, the Canelo fight just happened. I actually don't know I know Canelo won. What was it, split decision or?
Yeah, so Canelo, there was no other way he was going to win this. I didn't think he was going to knock out Jacobs because Jacobs is an extremely tough fighter. But yeah, we all knew that it was either going to be Jacobs via knockout or Canelo via decision. And ladies and gentlemen, Canelo wins via unanimous decision.
Again,
who's going to beat him? Is that not like, I don't know, who's going to beat him?
Is the Canelo part of a large organization or
Yes.
is his own?
No. So he's Golden Boy. Golden Boy Promotions.
Is that what's his name? The boxer hands. That one guy.
Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Who else does he have? A couple big people, eh?
Let's find out. Golden Boy Promotions.
I mean,
I think he has Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, like it's a relatively large.
I'm pretty sure he has Ryan Garcia. Golden Boy Productions. Now, I mean, they don't have anyone in. They don't have anyone in MMA. We all know how that went.
Oh yeah, is that sacked completely?
Surely. Only positive that came out of that was Deron Wynn signing with the UFC.
Yeah.
You don't know who he is, do you?
No.
Trains out of AKA. He's a wrestler. Deron Wynn.
From America.
His last name is Wynn. Yeah.
From America? Yeah, I guess.
Hey, what black or white? Deron Wynn.
Hey man, I don't see color.
Neither do I. But good, interesting topic interesting question to ask you. Deron Wynn.
Yeah. Don't know who he is.
You know what? Miniature version, DC.
Oh, okay. Well, featherweight.
You know what? I actually think he's going to be fighting a welterweight.
That's good. That's a fucking stacked decision, bro. We're a wrestler.
Yeah.
Stacked decision, bro.
Fully fledged. What was it like? Gold fighters for Golden Boy. Here we go. So obviously Canelo Alvarez, world champions. Jeez, we've got Alvarez. We're just on the website here, just having a look. Ray Vargas, super bantamweight world champion.
That's it.
You know what?
That's their world champions.
Yeah, but then
Well, he has the Aussie boy. Surely he has the Aussie boy, yeah.
Yeah.
Go back one. Thought I saw a MMA person. Go back. No, all good.
No.
It's amazing that these guys are lesser known and make a lot more than a UFC fighter.
Oh well, that was absolutely ridiculous. That Canelo made 35 million.
Yeah.
Cowboy Cerrone 400k.
Only lost to Mayweather, right?
Yes, but that was a young Canelo as well. But I think any.
How did the Aussie boy go?
Unfortunately lost. Oh, you see, he does have Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
He does have Ryan Garcia. Unfortunately, he had lost, but still, nonetheless, an awesome opportunity for him to step
even
up.
Be there, yeah, 100%.
And be there.
Good on him for repping the country.
Yeah,
the right
and
way.
you know what? It seemed like everybody got behind him. You know, but anybody that was deep in the boxing world or fighting world was getting around him. You know, people like us, and also celebrities in and around Australia as well. So
you see a lot of what's interesting about boxing. You see so many something and O fighters, right? Like you don't see the growth as much until late in the career.
That's right.
Where UFC fighters, you can see it in their amateur career.
Yeah,
a lot of the time.
Yeah, that's right.
They come in and they or early pro career, you can see them take a couple losses here or there.
Yeah, but I still think even now, I still think Bilal Akawi is still quite young in his career. Yeah, but it's so what, it's good topic to have just off the cuff here. Talking about records, isn't it so fascinating that the majority of boxers, as soon as they have suffered their first loss, their stock just goes down.
Yeah.
The only excuses here with Triple G and Canelo are the fact that their losses came to the greatest of all time, Floyd Mayweather. Right? But in MMA, you can have so many losses, double-digit losses, and still be hailed as one of the greatest.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Canelo should be in contention now, because if you just remove the loss, he's fought in the highest level for how many fights now?
Yeah, quite a long time.
51, the last 4 victories at least have been against the best in his division.
Yeah, well, he's recently won against Triple G. So,
whereas you kind of see Mayweather got around here and there.
That's what the heavyweights are doing at the moment now as well. They're just fighting, not necessarily bums in no disrespectful way, they are. People that aren't up to that level.
Yeah, all 3 of them.
Yeah, and that's why I said last week just to have a 3-way fight.
Yeah, Anthony
Joshua.
You say Anthony Smith, but lost to John Jones.
Yeah. Oh well, everyone loses to John Jones
so far.
Even USADA. It's a good one, mate. But yeah, no. Don't you find it interesting? Like, why do you think that is? Why do you think that MMA fighters, regardless of their losses on their record, they're still hailed as top level fighters? But as soon as boxers start suffering losses, they're like,
It's just a different world. Hey, it's completely different. I mean, the fact that the money alone shows you that it's a different world.
Yeah.
Look at Amir Khan. Man, the dude was lethal on his feet. Once he copped that, once they dropped that little bit of that, they planted that seed of the glass chin.
Yeah.
It kind of wrecked everything. Other than other people who are cash fans, it destroyed his image to them. Every comment you see, glass chin.
Yeah.
Disregarding what the guy had already accomplished.
Yeah, that's right.
At the age that he was at. It's just how it is, man. But at the same time, Canelo cops 0 flack for his 1 loss.
Yeah, because I guarantee you, if Khabib suffers losses, they're not going to turn around and fucking...
Yeah.
Look at Max Holloway.
Yeah, but he comes at everything better.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, Max Holloway still walked away from that. Oh, he's a
Same. So did Brian Ortega.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I don't agree with. I don't agree with it. I feel like
do you feel like
focus should be on the winner.
But do you feel like after somebody loses, do you think that they should be like treated like, oh fuck, this guy's a low level, or
no, not at all?
So you prefer the MMA? Because it's hard with boxers, because I just feel like there's so many. Compared to MMA fighters, is probably a pretty outlandish thing to say, but there's a lot more boxers than there are MMA fighters. Yeah,
of course.
So I don't know what I'm trying to say. Boxers, as soon as they lose, even if they start creeping on up, as soon as they lose, there's always going to be another undefeated fighter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the cycle just goes around. So undefeated, first loss, bang, you're not going to be looked at. We're going to look at all the undefeated people first.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly.
Whereas in MMA, undefeated fighters are awesome, but it's not really judged as the same as boxing.
Yeah, man, it's just a different culture.
It's weird. I just find it so fascinating. It's so weird. Anyway, we'll jump into discussing last week's fights. We'll start at Bellator. I mean, the only thing, this was out of Birmingham, UK. I think the most viral thing that happened over the weekend was Raymond Daniels and his fucking ridiculous, like, what would you call that? Combo, obviously, but it was just absolutely absurd.
Is this the spinning or the off the ground? Which one was that one?
The spinning.
Spinning? Triple. It was going to be a spinning back.
It looked like the biggest back kick? Yeah, spinning wheel kick.
Yeah.
And then fainted and just came with a swinging, like, fucking right hook.
But honestly, you look at that and the other guy had ample opportunity to drop him on his ass. Obviously, the guy got confused by the spins.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the pause in between when he stopped and looked at him. You know that part where he stopped and looked at him and the other guy like kind of raised his hand waiting for a shot.
Waiting for like, what the fuck is this? And then...
Yeah, that guy, look, if he didn't get distracted by the spins, I think that guy would have had the knockout that night.
Yeah, but also inexperienced fighter.
Yeah.
0-1. He had no record. The guy that he fought had no record. But this is what Bellator does.
But that guy's on... where's he coming from? He's on 1-1.
Yeah, but he was a kickboxer. Okay. Very much like Adesanya and MVP-esque, Speaking of which, fighting this weekend. But yeah, nothing really much happened. But that one off the back you were saying.
Yeah, the kick off the back. I don't know if that was from that fight or they're highlighting it for an upcoming fight. But it was everywhere on like MMAfighting.com and all that.
It was a kick from
the guy was on the guy was on his back and the guy was trying to come up and he fucking knocked him out. Yeah. So that was Fabian Edwards MMA.
Oh,
finished him.
So it was off his back. It was
him.
a couple of kicks from the floor.
So that was this fight. Yeah, Bellator Birmingham. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, Fabian Edwards.
Yeah. Continuing unbroken streak. Man, the guy's fighting.
It's an item. That's almost GOAT status.
Oh, where do you think Bella just pull him out a local way? Yeah, for sure. They must just pull him.
Yeah, it's like a pathway to being on televised fighting.
Good on Falco, but keep it going, man.
Yeah, keep it going, bro. Keep it going. Then of course we had the UFC Fight Night Ottowa. Quinta versus Cowboy. You know what we're gonna do actually. I'm gonna give. We're gonna get our resident Yank with the bank on the phone now, because I want to get his take on what he thinks about this weekend's fights, and obviously give us our picks for this weekend's pay per view. Let me just get him on the phone right now. Just here. Whoop. All right. So rejected.
Not the first time.
That's all right. We'll push on. Hopefully he calls us back and we'll get him on later on in the show. But let's push on. Let's go into UFC Fight Night Ottowa. We'll start from the prelims and we'll move our way to the main card just to roll through the results as we do each and every week. So we had Cole Smith defeating Mitch Gagnon via decision. How do you say that? Arjan Singh Mullah defeated Juan Adams via decision. To be honest with you, it was a relatively boring card overall. It was a lot of what's it called, decisions.
That's kind of two now in a row.
It's
pretty lackluster.
Yeah.
But again, not at the fault of the fighters. You know what I mean? Like
they just got a game plan. They're fighting for their lives, and we're just waiting to get entertained. You know what I mean?
You got to remember, throughout the year, you only generally get maybe 4 or 5 big knockouts, but they just seem like they're a lot closer.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, and sometimes we do get 2 back-to-back fucking mega cards like we had with
the
Adesanya, and Kelvin versus, and then
it was Masvidal, but then it was Masvidal before that and Till,
and but then double over.
Poirier and Holloway. Yeah, that's right. All right, we'll push on. Matt Sales defeated Kyle Nelson via submission in the third. Nordine Taleb defeated Kyle Prepolek via decision. Vince Morales defeated Ayman Zahabi via decision. Macy Chiasen defeated Sarah Moras via TKO in the second round. Then we'll push on to the main card. Marc-Andre Barriol defeated... Andrew Sanchez defeated Marc-Andre Barriol via decision. Walt, the big ticket Harris, one of our man's picks, defeated Sergey Spivak via knockout in the first. It was quick, man. Walt Harris looked sharp. Very, very sharp. This was a close fight too. Merab Dvalishvili defeated Brad Katona via decision. Another close fight after that. Shane Burgos getting the upset over Cub Swanson. I thought it was an upset anyway. I did see Cub winning this. That's four losses in a row now.
That's not good for him, man. It's been a while since he's been on that winning streak. Taking a couple L's.
That's right. Then the co-main, Derek Brunson defeated Elias Theodorou via decision. I think
surprised me.
I think the takedowns secured the victory for Brunson there. I did think that Elias won. Again, not a really exciting fight. But the main event is where the action happened. Donald Cowboy Cerrone, Dad Cerrone defeated Ally Quinta via decision, and that was hard fives, man. That was hard 5. Here we go. Let's get the man on.
The man, the myth, the legend. Yank in the bank.
The Yank with the bank. Here we go. Let's give him a call right now.
Hey there, sorry about that.
Nah, you're good, John. Hello, welcome. We're just we're recording live. You're here on the Cross the Cage. How are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Yeah, good, mate. Very good.
Yeah, good.
Very good. It's late. It's late over there, or early.
Yeah, it's late, but I'm a night owl over here, so.
Yeah, well, everybody is in Las Vegas. We were sort of saying before, everybody is in Las Vegas.
Totally, you have to be. beer. They won't let you live here.
It's a requirement of living in Vegas. That's right. Yeah. It's a requirement.
If you go to bed before 3 a.m., they kick you out.
sounds like our party scene here in Sydney. And we have something called lockout laws. So in the city, 1 a.m. Nobody lets anybody else into the clubs. So
really,
it's terrible. It's terrible. Yeah.
That's right. We'll endeavour to give you more fun facts about Australia in the weeks to come.
I love it.
Awesome. How are you, first and foremost?
I'm good, man.
I'm
still in shock over the Cowboy Iaquinta fight.
I know I was gonna ask you. I wanted to get your take on what you thought of the co-main and the main event.
Man, I really thought the first round for Iaquinta, he looked good. Like I kind of thought he could have put him away there for a split second.
It did seem like that.
Yeah, he rocked him, and I think he was like maybe afraid to go for it, and maybe he was afraid he was going to empty out the gas tank, or I don't know. I'm kind of surprised because he had him. I think.
Yeah, he did seem overly cautious in this fight.
Yeah.
More than, well, I guess we were all expecting an Iaquinta to come in and be the raging owl, and all the steam behind him, the same owl that took on Kevin Lee in his last fight, and it just seemed like a bit of a shell of himself.
Yeah, I think he was just having trouble with Cowboy's height and reach, and I think he couldn't figure out how to get in. Cowboy's jab, he kept sticking him every time he tried to come in.
Yeah, and then even it was funny. Even in that last round, the game plan was just 4 hard leg kicks, and you could just see that Donald, maybe in that even in that third round, Donald just completely took over, and Al didn't really have an answer.
No, he didn't, and Cowboy got stronger and stronger and stronger. Like. I was really impressed. That was a great fight.
Yeah,
good job.
Yeah,
my lesson: don't bet against Cowboy.
No, that's right. That's right. I've been stung many a time with betting against Cowboy. He always seems to.
And I'm a fan. I love Cowboy.
Yeah.
I just the weigh-ins really screwed me up.
Yes, I had the same thing, exact same mentality. I looked at him in the weigh-ins. I thought, how's this guy going to be able to compete against an owl who's been competing at 155 for such a long time?
Yeah, I mean, never mind compete. I was thinking, how's he even going to fight at all?
Yeah, that's right.
He looked ready for the hospital, not the octagon.
That's right. Nonetheless, got the win. Just your opinion. What do you think? What do you think's next for Cowboy?
Man, I like this Conor Cowboy talk. I mean, I think that fight makes a lot of sense. I mean, who else is Conor gonna fight next? I mean, I don't think he's going to fight Nate next, because that fight's kind of always there. Like, that to me is like that's the last fight out the door for Conor.
Yeah, I think so too.
You can always do that. They're both going to keep aging, so it is what it is.
Yep, that's right.
So I don't think that's going to be the fight. Khabib's definitely not going to be the fight. So who you got? When Cowboy first called out Conor, I liked it, a couple months ago or whenever that was.
Yeah, it was very intriguing,
But maybe then it didn't make as much sense, but now it definitely does. Because, I'm not sure if when the rankings come out again, but Cowboy's probably going to be number 4, right?
Yeah.
He's going to take Al's spot. And so then that makes sense for Conor.
Sorry.
Up would be amazing.
Yeah, that's right. Look, I think Cowboy's probably got two options before the title fight. I think... obviously, Dustin and Khabib are going to go at it. But I think, I agree with you. I think Cowboy versus Conor makes a lot of sense. And I also think Cowboy versus Tony Ferguson is also something that's interesting. It makes a lot of sense ranking-wise.
Plus anyone is interesting.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But I would love to see Conor Cowboy. I would love, this is where my fantasy gets carried away, and there's no chance of this being reality, but Conor fights Cowboy, Conor beats Cowboy, Dustin beats Khabib, and then you got Conor and Dustin rematch. Conor smokes Dustin, and then you got Conor Khabib again, and I don't know what happens. I think Conor gets him on the rerun, but I don't know.
It depends on what Conor we see. I mean, I look, as a Conor McGregor dick rider myself, I do have to agree with you there. I do have to agree. That sounds amazing. You got me all hyped up and excited. Right. But it just depends on what Conor we see. All depends on what Conor we see.
Yeah.
What did you make? Just quickly, what did you make of the co-main? Did you see Derek Brunson getting that win, or did you see Theodorou?
No, I felt like felt like it was definitely Derek Brunson won that fight. I saw that people were kind of debating it. I mean, just the takedowns alone. I mean, takedowns are weird. It's like they really, like Joe Rogan's always talking about how they got to figure out a better scoring system. And I agree. Like it's just so subjective. It's hard to kind of figure out like, well, someone takes him down, but is it really that big of a deal? Like, it's not, he didn't really put any damage on him when he did take him down, but still, I guess you got to give him some props for the takedown.
Yeah, that's right.
The way the scoring is now, so it's like...
It's funny because we discussed it, it was either, I think it was not last week, the week before, in regards to, should judges be scoring fighters on their escapes from takedowns? Like, it's one thing to be taken down, but if they're effectively getting up from the takedown just as quickly as they got taken down, I feel like that should be marked as a really good defense strategy.
Yeah, totally agree with you. Because that's part of it too. It's a two-way street.
That's right. That's exactly right, and that's where the argument for us comes in with Demetrius Johnson and Henry Cejudo.
Yeah, Cejudo.
We think that, yes, Cejudo took DJ down, but at the same time, DJ, got up as quickly as he got down. So, anyway.
Totally agree.
Anyway, Yank with the bank time. What do you got for us for this weekend? Big card this weekend.
That name, man. I've gotten so much great feedback from that. That's good stuff.
You can thank Mark for that one. You can thank Mark for that one. That's well, you know what?
I love it, man.
In the weeks to come, we'll have some fancy intro music for you as well. So, give it a nice little touch.
I love it.
So, Yank with the bank. Tell us.
Yeah, this card coming up. There's a lot of fun fights on here, I'm going to work backwards. Normally I would lead up to the main event, but I'm actually going to start with the main event between Thug Rose and Jessica.
Yep.
That's a kind of a coin flip for me, but I think Rose gets it done. I wouldn't go crazy on the betting, though, on that one. I hate to sound, how can I sound politically correct? I don't love betting on girl fights.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I don't. Yeah.
There's potentially no value in betting on the women's fights that I've found. Because they're always so close. They're always even odds.
They're always even. You don't see a lot of knockouts. It's like they're technically sound. Unless there's some obvious mismatches sometimes, but then the betting really doesn't make sense because it's too far apart, so it just never makes sense. So, but just if we were going to go bragging rights of calling it right, I would go at Thug Rose on that one, but certainly tread lightly. Don't put the house on it. The co-main I love because obviously, if you're an MMA fan, you don't like Anderson Silva, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Even with his, latest of, obviously he's not the Anderson of before, but that's, he's still entertaining to watch. The Adesanya fight was good. And anytime you get a former champ, especially on that level of Silva, as an underdog, I get excited. I just love those. And I'm a huge Jared Cannonier fan. I was at that fight, the Ultimate Fighter fight at the Palms in Vegas. What was that? Maybe I'm foggy. 2016, maybe?
Yeah. I think it was 2016. I think so.
Yeah,
right.
he actually fought on, that was the card where Jake Ellenberger's toe got stuck in the cage.
Oh, that's right. That's
when he
right.
fought Masvidal.
That's right.
Masvidal was getting the best of him in that. It was in the first round it all happened.
Yeah,
but to Jake's defense, Jake was kind of mounting a little comeback there. I don't know if you remember, but he was applying pressure.
Yeah.
And he had Masvidal backing up, and he went to kind of like throw a kick, and he kind of slipped and slid into the cage.
Into the cage,
got
yeah.
Stuck, and it was like this really weird thing. Like I don't remember if it was Herb Dean or not, but the ref, I think it was Herb Dean, yeah, and he called timeout. The ref called timeout.
It's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Yeah.
Right, stood them up, and then went and got had a little quick chat with the athletic commission, came back in the cage, and he goes, "The fight's over." It was really bizarre.
It was.
Jake was trying to unhook his toe and actually intelligently defending himself against Masvidal at the time, and Jake's no quitter, so he's in there trying to make the best of it. And I would have thought the deal would have been just stand them back up or put them, put them in a position.
Restart the fight, yeah.
Yeah, it was really weird because, when the ref calls timeout, it just doesn't seem right. That then it goes from timeout to the fight's over.
Yeah,
it seemed weird.
Yeah,
but anyway,
it was, yeah.
But point was, Cannonier fought on that card, and that's when I discovered him. And that guy's a beast. But I really think Silva breaks this. I guess he won the fight before Adesanya, but prior to that, he's looking at basically 4 losses in a row, and whatever you want to call the Diaz fight.
Yeah.
So I think Anderson Silva as the underdog is the way to go. I really like that one.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then Aldo's been looking good.
Now, John, be careful. Be careful what you say about Volkanovski. Okay. You got a couple of Aussies.
I know.
Be careful.
Yeah, I know. He's your home guy, and you're gonna like what I have to say.
Okay, good.
Aldo's been looking good, but I think your hometown hero there is going to get it done. The guy's a beast. I remember watching that Mendez fight. He looked good, and to do that to Mendez, that's not an easy task.
Yeah, well, send him to retirement, really.
Yeah, for sure. And even the fight before that he had with Darren Elkins,
yes.
He looked good.
Yes.
That fight went the distance, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And that was a good fight. I'm a fan. Yeah, I actually think the parlay to do is I would leave the girls off of it. I'd leave Rose off of it just because. So I would parlay, or as you guys call, multi.
Yes.
I would multi. I would multi Silva with Alex, and then this is where you guys might hang up on me. My favorite fight on this card, believe it or not, is I'm here to tell you, and I'm a fan of both, but I'm here to tell you, BJ Penn, as a massive dog, is going to beat Clay Guida. He's going to beat him. First of all, I'm a huge law of averages guy. Just the law of averages says BJ's got to win one. He's 0 for his last 6.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm still
surprised.
surprised.
If you count the draw.
I'm still surprised that he's still fighting, to be honest.
I know, me too. I was with him, and we were at dinner, actually. I had the pleasure of hanging out with him for a dinner when I was in, where were we? We were in New York when Jake fought, God, it's all foggy. I'm trying to block out Jake's losses so I conveniently forget. Before the Nebraska card, Jake fought, who was that up in upstate New York? Killer B. He just fought on the card. He dropped Jake with the knee to the liver. He just lost this past weekend. Why am I blank? It'll come to me.
We'll try bringing it up now as well.
Yeah. Oh my God, short-term memory gone. Anyway, you'll see when you're 48. You'll see. Anyway, so I had the pleasure of getting. I had never met BJ Penn before. What a nice guy. He's just a cool guy. And we were at dinner. He joined us there in the hotel restaurant.
Was it Saunders? Ben Saunders?
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
There you go.
Ben Saunders, yeah. So he was in town. BJ came just to support Jake for that fight. And he was like, we even talked about him he was retired then. Like, this is just not that long ago. This is like last year.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm retired. I'm like, do you miss it? He's like, yeah, a little bit. Like, he was so nonchalant about it. And then all of a sudden he's like, he's got fights booked.
Yeah, it just seems like he doesn't need to. I don't know. He's BJ Penn. Like, he doesn't really need to do anything else. He's done his time. Nobody's going to remember him for his losses. More so remember him for his for his greatness and being a 2-division champion. Right off into the sunset.
But you know what happens? I think what happens is you take a guy like, you know who Mark Cuban is, right?
Yes,
Do you guys
yes.
know who that is? Okay, so like a guy like Mark Cuban, he sells a company for whatever, $3-4 billion, yet he's still working. Why?
Yeah, that's right.
It just ends up being, well, that's what he loves to do. He loves business, and he loves the chase, and he loves the adrenaline of making a deal. And it's not even about the money. And I think it's the same thing for the fighters. It's like, it's all they know.
Yeah.
You know, they've been doing that for so many years, and well, what else are they going to do? I mean, I am with you. Like, go get in the broadcast booth. Go, you know, there's a health issue at hand or a
Clearly,
potential
yeah.
health issue that's different than when you're just a businessman. But I think the way, you know, it's why they were so good at what they did. It's why they put all those hours in. At the end of the day, they just love it, and just fighters fight. That's why when people say, "Oh, Conor's done, he rode off in the sun," I'm like, you're nuts if you think Conor McGregor is not getting in the cage multiple times again.
Yeah. I
Of
think,
course
yeah,
he
a
will.
couple more
Of
times,
course
yeah.
he will. Floyd's talking about coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, what does he need to do?
That's right.
He's always
You
talking
know?
about coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
sorry,
I
tell me.
think that's the parlay. I know that's a crazy. I know I'm talking crazy, and Clay Guida has been looking fantastic.
Yes.
Lately, like maybe the best Clay's ever looked in
That's-
a long time.
Which is funny to say because he's obviously at the back end of his career.
Totally. But I mean, I know he lost his last fight, but you know, before that looked good, and even in his last fight, you know, he still looked good. You know, he just, you know, Oliveira's a tough customer, and
Yeah.
you know, he got him. But I think I don't see Clay knocking out BJ. And I think BJ. I think this is one fight BJ can win, and then maybe he rides off into the sunset after that one. I don't know.
I
But if I'm
sure
right-
as fuck hope so.
If I'm right, and you can catch BJ Penn, Anderson Silva, and your hometown hero on one multi,
Yeah.
the Yank with the bank.
The Yank with the bank over here, huh? Awesome. All right. So obviously, ladies and gentlemen, you can catch Mr. Jon Orlando on the Action Junkeez Podcast. The episodes every week. Also catch him on Instagram at Jon Orlando if you want to watch a full episode of American Idol and get his feedback on that. And you can catch all of his picks: baseball, MMA, basically every sport under the sun, on the Action Junkeez Podcast on Instagram. Until next week, my friend. Thank you so much.
I can't wait. This was a blast. I love it.
Awesome. Take care.
Thanks,
See you,
mate.
John.
Bye.
You too. Bye.
Bang.
Bang.
Yank with the bank.
Hey, man.
Now, did he take over the whole episode? He did.
Hey,
He
good
did.
content,
But
good
no, it's
content.
awesome,
Come
man.
in.
I love it, man. It's good. It's good.
I think
Different
in the
dynamic.
future, we'll definitely try to sort out an interview, a full length interview with him.
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
we can have him on for a whole episode.
He should. You know what? He seems like he's
sure?
got the best stories.
Sure as fuck was gonna stay for a whole episode.
Yeah.
and that's a good thing, but that's something that I think is rare, and is, you know, obviously this is a bit of luck. We're nobody, so it's a
Yeah.
bit of luck that we're having such interesting people on the podcast. But it's something in the future that we have to take into account, is bringing on interesting people.
Yeah, I think
You
so
know?
too. I think so
So-
too. Let's dive into some current events before we sort of wrap up. I guess our ideas about this weekend's card, because obviously there's a Bellator card as well. You do have MVP fighting this weekend, and you've also got Mike Chandler defending his title against Patricio Pitbull. But let's just dive into a little bit of news. I mean, we discussed this last week. It seems as though that sorry, I'm having a mental blank here. The DC and Stipe Miocic fight has been officially scheduled. We I guess discussed it a tiny bit last week, but has been confirmed. I'm looking forward to this one, man. Really looking forward to this one. I think.
Well, I mean, since from day fucking one, I've been calling for Stipe to get his rematch.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
Go back in a couple episodes, and I was about spending half the episode bitching about what Stipe didn't have his rematch because of the disrespect that was there. I don't believe. Look, I would take the I'll take the what the fuck can you say? You know, if you're arguing about it, I'll take a concession. That's the fucking word I'm looking for. Of that, you know, maybe a ex-champ doesn't get an immediate rematch, but he gets the second fight.
Yep.
I could settle on that. You know what I mean? So what that allows is the division to move.
Yep.
Someone gets a shot.
Yep.
Then that guy, the next fight has to be the ex-champ.
100%.
I think would be the maybe the best way to keep everyone happy.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
And you know, as a backup, the champ is the first backup as well.
Yeah.
So if you know the next fight doesn't line up,
They fight on the same card, providing that they're healthy.
Yeah, the champ comes back in because that's honestly what needs to happen because this is ridiculous. Now also Stipe was drawing to the end of the line where he had to fucking book a fight for 2019.
Yeah.
And he would have lost all credibility for not fighting at all.
Oh, of course. Of course.
You know, some little things you can see some of the things from like some big Instagram like MMA fighting and stuff. They can post this one thing that can really rock someone's reputation online.
Yes.
I saw one actually came up. Robert Whittaker's the longest reigning champion of all time without defending the belt. Now I thought he did defend the belt.
Well, I don't think they counted it because of.
That's ridiculous because you know what I mean. It wasn't
Romero.
his fault. He showed up on weight.
That's
on
right.
time,
That's
so
not his fault. That's right.
I don't count that, but it has been a long time.
You know what? And I still think this is how good of a guy Rob Whittaker is. I think if he had lost that fight, I think that he probably would have given up the belt.
Yeah, 100% think he would have vacated the belt.
Yeah,
it would 100%. Don't forget and the worst thing about he kind of got put into the champ position as well, which is not great.
Well, he was interim champ. He was waiting around. He was interim champ, and then GSP came in and stuff. Speaking of which. Our good friend Khabib Nurmagomedov. Yeah. Ali Abdelaziz has come out and said that he wants to fight 3 times in the next calendar year.
Yep.
One of those being GSP in 2020.
I don't see that happening. I think GSP should go over to 1. Hey,
Don't test it for pits.
Wow. Hey, you know what, man? If GSP wants to fight, that's a good move, man. That's a really good move. Shit. Now you got me thinking.
Exactly. Should go
GSP in 1 championship. Imagine GSP versus Martin Ewan.
Nah, different weight classes. Who'd be heavier?
GSP fighting at 155.
No way. At this age now.
He did a test cut. He did a test cut before he retired.
This time?
Yeah. Just before he retired, he did a test cut to 155.
Yeah, I don't see it. Maybe with some fucking what's that? What's TJ's jug?
Oh, EPO.
EPOs.
Yeah.
Hey
probably.
man, get shredded like TJ.
Probably.
Like a snake. Shed off your fat.
What I'd love to know is, I for the life of me, got no idea how to find it, but I would love to know if he's still in the USADA testing pool.
No, I don't think it's
that determines whether or not a fighter's retired. As soon as you leave the testing pool.
Thing did that as well.
McGregor just did that now. He said he retired, but
but fuck McGregor.
Still in the pool.
My point is,
you could become one of those guys now, huh?
Habib all the time.
Wow.
All day, inshallah. My point
First and
is,
foremost, alhamdulillah.
Hey, actually, I don't know the one for this one. I think it's.
Isn't it the same?
Ramadan Mubarak.
Yeah. Yes.
Ramadan Mubarak to all the Muslim brothers around the world.
Yep.
And sisters.
Completely, 100%.
That's good. I feel culturally enlightened for knowing that.
Yeah.
I was going to say Eid Mubarak. That's
the one at the end. Yeah.
Hey, man. Grew up in Western Sydney.
Yeah.
Eat at, I get Lebo pizza every day.
Yeah. Now, you know what? I learned something interesting. This is to go off the fucking rails.
Completely irrelevant. Yeah.
Right? So I learned over the weekend, right? If when it comes time to prayer in the afternoon, and they face the sun, or Mecca, you have to put something in front of you so that no one walks in front of you whilst you're praying. They have to walk around you. Because if someone walks in front of you, that's your fault that you've let somebody walk in front of you whilst you're praying.
Ah, it's heavy.
Yeah. I found it so interesting.
Well, hey, that shit dates back for how many thousands of years?
Yeah, that's right. So,
it's pretty crazy, man.
That's right. But anyway, so if you think, so let's say 3 fights for Khabib in the next year. So obviously Dustin's one of them, most likely in Abu Dhabi. Who are the other 2?
This year?
Well, in the next year, from now, year's time.
We got Whittaker and Adesanya.
Khabib. I'm talking about Khabib.
Oh, sorry. Fuck. What you said.
So Khabib's got Dustin, so that's 1. So you got 2 more.
Oh man, who knows? I don't want to take that shot right now because who knows? There's too many people that he needs to fight. That speculating, I feel now, without knowing whether people are in the pool or not, whether McGregor's going to quit or not and move on. I think it's more of a question to wait for, when Khabib comes back and let him beat Dustin first.
Yep.
And then we can talk about the next 2 because Dustin's honestly looking the best he's ever looked. The dude's 100%. Like a
mentally and physically.
He honestly is like a robot. He came in and just like a Terminator and walked through Max. Now, Look, I think Max had that fight had he not stood there like a punching bag.
Yeah,
I really did think Max. Man,
Seemed like a bit of a weird game plan for him.
if Max came out and he was healthy in round 3, 4, 5, Max had that.
Yeah.
He started to finish that. Okay, I don't want to get into it again because then I get all hard over Max, and then it leads to Robert Whittaker.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. For whatever reason.
Always leads back to Robert Whittaker. But it's gonna be so weird if he ever listens to these these old podcasts.
Yeah,
for whatever reason, and then we have to interview him.
Yeah,
and we're going,
and then just turns around and goes, "Remember that time you said you get hard for me?"
Yeah,
and then you're sitting there with
I'll
big
be like,
erection.
hey, do something about it.
And then he'll put you in a Kimura.
Nah, kick him in the stomach.
You know what put you in?
What?
Naked. I naked.
Hey,
No.
but 2019.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. So I was just gonna
King2.
say just the pressure that he puts on.
Yeah.
But Dustin, man, I can see Dustin weathering the storm. I think Khabib's. Oh fuck, I'm going deep into this fight right now.
I don't
But
know.
anyway, my
It's
point
just
is
exciting. It's just exciting. That's why.
my point is I think Dustin has the best chance as of yet. Out
Yeah.
of anyone right now that could step up, he has the best chance. Let's move on to the card itself coming up this weekend though. UFC 237.
Yeah, UFC 237. I know I want to dive into this, but I had a really quick question to ask you.
Yeah.
What do you make of Canelo making 30? I want to know your opinion. Canelo making 35 million and Cowboy Cerrone only making 400.
Look, we've also done this. We've also gone down this path about paying all that.
Yeah.
Look, man, what can I say that hasn't already been
example?
done?
Just this, like a lot of people say boxing's dead, right?
No, boxing's what like dumb cunts say boxing's dead. That's
Yeah.
the simplest way to put it. No, man, it's a different industry. Like we said at the start of this episode, it's a different beast. It's like a different religion, all in the sense that they have their own ways of making money, and clearly old money's still there. Boxing's all run by old money. So there's billionaires. Look, man, if I was a billionaire, I'd be at mostly boxing fights. Why? Rubbing shoulders with other billionaires. That's just what it is. You know, it's a social event for these people who can fund these entire events.
Yeah.
You know, I honestly would love to see the comparison of how many pay-per-views are still coming in and how much money comes from big sponsors and such.
It's so hard to sort of pinpoint that nowadays with all digital, and whatnot.
Can I make a decent point? Well, how many people you know watch F1 fanatically?
My dad watches it.
And how many other people?
Probably maybe 4 or 5.
In your whole life, yeah? Like fanatically?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, that's not a large number. You probably have more people liking UFC and like MMA now.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, right? How did Lewis Hamilton make 85 million from prize money?
Well, it's fans. There's enough fans.
That's
for
what I'm
it.
saying.
Yeah.
But you don't really see people in the streets shouting for their fighter.
Yeah,
Or
that's
sorry, you don't see for their driver. You see football fans walking through the streets.
Yeah.
Okay, but then get paid 250 million a year, some shit.
Yeah, they
Fair
get
enough.
paid like
because
$10 million a
because
week.
people in the streets fighting pubs.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You have you don't see F1 fans doing that, but you do see UFC fans throwing hands at a bar when Khabib vs Conor.
That's right.
So it is strange. There's obviously an issue there where they're not paying their fighters exactly what they're bringing in. They need to reevaluate and do that. I think Dana has them all by the nuts.
Yeah.
This is all they can do, and this is the most money they can make. They know this for now. Once one crosses over into the Western thing, I think he needs to fucking sorely reevaluate his game plan.
Yep.
But he has them by the nuts, man, and he doesn't want them to go. As simple as that. He's scared of losing it all.
Why do you think that he hasn't introduced a model like One Championship where you do have kickboxing? There's so many big names in kickboxing. And I want to ask a guest that we hopefully get on in the next couple of weeks, what he thinks about the amount of fighters, why kickboxing is not as like kickboxing and Muay Thai isn't as popular as like mixed martial arts. People want to watch the kicks and the punches to see vicious knockouts. Where do you see that? Muay Thai kickboxing.
Yeah, man,
It's weird.
It's called marketing.
Yeah, well, that's yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And then they won that.
Yeah.
They won that. You know what I mean? So that's really it.
Yeah, I don't know why they haven't crossed over to doing that, but nonetheless, let's move on.
Make your picks for the main card.
Well, we'll dive into Bellator 221. This is out of Rosemont, Illinois. The main event for that one's Michael Chandler taking on Patricia Pitbull. This is a champion versus champion fight. I'm pretty sure Patricia Pitbull's the featherweight champion of that division, coming up to lightweight to take on Mike Chandler, going for that champ life. Man, it's Michael Chandler has to be on something.
Yeah, man. There's some photos I looked at on his Instagram. Man, it's hard to talk shit. The dude puts in the effort, puts in the fight. He lost his belt, the first time.
Yeah,
and
but then he won it back.
He won it back in decision win. Yeah,
Yes.
They both dropped each other. I think multiple times.
Yes.
Wasn't there like a questionable fucking? Someone was on the ground for a bit too long getting hit, and he still got up. Was it him? Yeah,
I think it was him.
It was him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a bit of that HGH belly.
It looks like it. It looks like a little bit.
But,
Beast. Have you seen some of his workouts? Beast.
Yeah, man, he's lifting big weights, but hey, it might just be a beast.
Yeah,
going through, and
that's
good
right.
on him. I mean, he's in for a fucking fight against Patricio People, man. That guy's been going at it for ages.
I always get a little bit scared when fighters go up in weight because it's usually the fighters that go down in weight that have the biggest trouble.
Yeah.
Fighters going, well, besides Max Holloway just recently, but Patricio coming up to fight Chandler, got his hands full. His hands full. I don't know. I think Mike Chandler gets it done. I think that's via decision. Then the co-main, you've got a quick turnaround for MVP Michael Venom Page. He's taking on Douglas Lima. This is in the welterweight Grand Prix. This is a semi-final. So the winner of this one will fight the winner of Gracie and Rory.
Yeah,
I love Jesus McDonald.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you make of this one?
Oh man, really, you're really always going to give it to Michael Venom Page at this time. He's in his John Jones moment.
Yeah, 14-0.
He's feeling himself. He has that ability, just like Adesanya, to be cocky, but letting off shots. Look, clearly he needs to come to the UFC. I think that's the end of it. That's what I'm going to call. I'm going to call it the win there, but he needs to come to the UFC.
Yeah.
We got Jake coming back, Big Jakey boy taking on
Jake Hager, formerly known as Jack Swagger of the WWE, did win his first debut. His debut into MMA. He's versing TJ Jones. Now, is that a made-up name?
It was the first guy who fought just the dad they put out the crowd.
I think so, and this is going to be the dad's uncle.
Yeah. Is this Dillashaw trying to get off?
Yes.
Trying to get off his bench.
Yes.
TJ Jones.
Yes.
Okay.
JT.
So he just got on everything
TJ
after
Jones.
that. After the EPA, he's like, fuck this.
Grew. He got HGH. Everything grew.
Yeah. TJ Jones. Okay.
But yeah,
I'm going for Jake Hager.
Jake Hager will win that via
TKO.
knockout, TKO, whatever you want to call that. The big card on the weekend. Rose Namajunas taking on Jessica Andrade for the Women's Strawweight World Championship.
I can we'll quickly blaze through this main card here.
The last time we saw, we'll start at the bottom. Obviously BJ Penn, as the Yank with the Bank, Jon Orlando, had introduced to us. BJ Penn taking on Clay Guida. That is the opening fight of the regular prelims. But in the main card, you've got is that Little Nog? Is that Little Nog or Big Nog? I think that's Little Nog.
Little Nog.
Antonio Rogerio
Nogueira,
taking on Ryan Spann. You've got Francisco Trinaldo taking on Diego Ferreira. Thiago Alves taking on Loreno Starapoli.
Looks like Burgos, man.
Yes, he does. He does look like Burgos. Then you've got Jose Aldo taking on Alexander the Great Volkanovski. Jared Cannonier taking on Anderson Silva. And the main event, Thug Rose taking on Andrade. Let's start at Jose Aldo, Alexander Volkanovski.
Oh, man. Straight off the bat, I'm just going to say Volkanovski, TKO, round 3 or 4.
I personally think that Jose Aldo will probably go into this fight. I feel like he's going to be underprepared. I feel like he's going to take Volkanovski lightly.
Didn't know who he was 6 weeks ago.
That's right. So, last time we saw something like that, that was Cowboys are only taking on Darren Till. Nobody knew who the fuck Darren Till was. Now we know who Darren Till is. Now he's
already sassed. Volkanovski's already sassed Mendes.
Mendes
in a very Conor McGregor way.
Yes, yeah. Something that we I don't think I expected him to do that much damage. I expected him to win. Didn't expect him to do it like that. That was amazing to see. I think Alexander Volkanovski's in the best shape of his life. He's had judging by his social medias, he's had an amazing fight camp, and I'm with you, Mark. I think that Volkanovski get this done. I'm really excited to see him. I think after this, challenge for the title potentially.
There was nowhere else.
Or Ortega.
He just beat number 1.
Or Brian Ortega.
Who else is there? He just beat number 1.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's the belt.
Jared Cannonier, Anderson Silva. I have a bit of a different opinion to John with. I mean, Anderson Silva's Anderson Silva. You know, love him. You can't I agree with in the sense that he's you know, you can't not like MMA and not like Anderson Silva. He's done amazing things for the sport. He was at a time where obviously Chael Sonnen was introducing the trash talk into the MMA world, and you know, Anderson Silva was there for that time. But he's got a tough fight against Jared Cannonier, who's on a bit of a tear at the moment, looking to cement himself in the top 10. You know, Jared is ranked number 10 in the middleweight division. What do you think here happens for Anderson Silva? If he wins, do you think he continues on, or do you think this is it for him?
Should have been it for him before. Should have been it for him a while back. Now, come on, man. Like, it's not. Yeah, fuck it. Anderson Silva in that last fight against Israel.
Yep.
People were over reacting about him trying to slip punches. If you go look back at the highlights, he was getting clipped a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He did that thing where he tried to roll his head back to side to side and pull his chin in.
The way that he got knocked out by Chris Weidman.
He just got pumped like 4 times in the head by Adesanya. So,
and if you do that against Jared Cannonier, you're going to get knocked out.
Yeah. So, look, I'm going with Jared Cannonier personally for a TKO KO.
Right.
It'd be hard when, because you're either going to catch Silva cold or you're going to catch him when he's being a bit of a
highlight front kick knockout from Anderson Silva.
Man.
It'd be amazing to see. Wouldn't count it out. It's a tough one, this one. I think if this goes 3 rounds in Brazil, if this goes to a decision, Anderson Silva gets it, right? I think Jared needs to win this fight via TKO for him to get the win. So I'm either going to take Anderson Silva via decision or Jared Cannonier via KO. Main event. Last time we saw Rose was
bus trip.
Yeah, it was that fight card that Iquinta took on Khabib, and she had fought Joanna for the second time and knocked her out. That was the last time we saw her.
The second time, 5 rounds. First one, TKO.
Was that the first one?
Yeah, bro.
Was it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
All right, put money on it. Live.
No, I don't want to put money on it.
Yeah.
I'm just having a mental blank.
Yeah. That's why she wanted an immediate rematch. Went 5 rounds second time.
November 4th.
Go up.
Yeah. But was that November 4th that fight card?
Well, are you saying what are you saying that you're
UFC 217 was that the fight card?
Well, that's only 2 times they fought. So you're saying that it was the other way around. They've only fought twice.
But what I'm trying to figure out is that Rose UFC 217 is that UFC 217 is that the card that? No, it wasn't that one. It was the last one that went 5 rounds. Was it the last time we saw her? She went 5 rounds? I stuffed it up because I thought it was in the knockout. But it was when he went 5 rounds. Because the first fight was on that weird card where the three title fights on that card. Rose beat Joanna. Dillashaw beat Cody, and GSP beat Michael Bisping. It was the 3 title changes in that fight card. But then the one after that was when the bus attack happened and what have you. What type of Thug Rose do we see this weekend?
The thuggest, man. That's what she does.
You think?
Yeah.
Do you think she's?
Yeah.
So you don't think she's been affected at all by the bus stuff, even though she's come out and Pat Barry has come out and said, you know what, that was a bit scary. That was scary, and we're still traumatized. We don't want to get out of the house. Nah,
I think she'll be absolutely fine. She does what she does, man. If fighting Joanna Jędrzejczyk the first time wasn't going to intimidate her, nothing's going to intimidate her.
But she's fucking coming up against Jessica Andrade, man.
Jessica Andrade as well, but has also been sassed by people she's beaten. I mean,
true. But do you think Andrade is a tougher matchup for Rose than what Joanna is? Nah,
Andrade doesn't have, I don't think, the full arsenal that Joanna has. I think obviously Joanna has she kind of had a Cody moment, really.
It seemed like that. I mean, Andrade's last loss was against Joanna. She's beaten. She hasn't really finished fights besides the one against Kovalkiewicz. That was fucked. Her last fight was, brutal. But Decision victory over Tisha Torres. Decision victory over Claudia Gadeja. She beat Angela Hill via decision. And she submitted Calderwood in the first. That was back in 2016. Deserving for a title shot, 100%. But I think if the Thug Rose that we see, that we saw against Joanna is still, or even a better version of Thug Rose, I think she gets it done this weekend. Again, in Brazil, it's hard to pick the non-Brazilian fighter to win via decision because in most cases it doesn't really go that way. I think I'm going to go with Thug Rose via TKO in the second round. I
don't see a TKO happening, but I can see it going to decision. But I see Thug Rose still pulling it off, but it'll be unanimous. You know, I'll agree with the fact that, I mean, it's not that fucking bad where she's going to lose a unanimous decision. It just won't happen.
No.
She might lose a split decision because it's going to go to the home crowd favorite.
Yeah.
But not a unanimous, and I can see Rose doing that. You know, the only reason she doesn't have that heavy hands, I think the only reason she tapped Joanna is Joanna hadn't been placed in that situation for a couple of years. And then
all of a sudden she got it.
And she said, you know, bad wake up. Well, no, the second time around, Joanna got pieced up, especially not filling through, flowing off from combos. She wasn't putting out a lot of combos. And don't forget, Joanna's a couple-time Muay Thai world champion.
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
that's right. But yeah, I'm going with Rose second round TKO. What are you doing?
I see Rose unanimous decision, all 5 rounds.
Awesome. Is that it? Do you have anything else you want to add, my friend?
That's all, man. We had Yank with the Bank on.
Awesome. Top episode today, man. I'm really happy. Yank with the Bank. Check him out. Action Junkeez Podcast at Jon Orlando as well on Instagram. You can catch us on Instagram and Facebook at Across the Cage. That's it, man. That's it. We're done. Enjoy the fights this weekend. Stay safe. Gamble responsibly.
Huh? Yeah.
Another one in the bank. Take care. See you later.
Yalla bye.
Yalla bye.